welcome back to another exciting night of Eagan Lacrosse. Tonight, coming to you from Wildcat Stadium, is Eagan Wildcats versus the St. Thomas Cadets.
And St. Thomas had a nice win, 11-5 over Chanhassen on Saturday. And if you were watching Eagan versus the Monticello Magic, and they ended up winning 9-4. And the leading scorer, Eagan Wildcats, and he had 4 goals.
So Ethan's the man to watch today.
Yes.
All right, good news. Tonight it's going to be about 52 degrees, and the wind's coming out of the northwest. As you can see, the sun's kind of in the boys' eyes as they're looking to the west. And right now, St. Thomas is lining up against the boys, Eagan boys. Tonight's starting lineup for Eagan. Number 2, Ethan Wallach at attack. Number 4, Liam Thomas at defense. Number 6, Connor King at attack. Number 7, Gabe Jellin on defense. Number 10, the goalie, Charlie Heinlein. Number 13, Jackson Thomas on defense. Number 14, Reed Nygaard at midfield. Number 16 is Sawyer Eisen on defense. Number 19, Joey Will on attack. And lastly, number 21, Odin Oberhammer on defense. Well, welcome back, George. Yep. We're here for another night of lacrosse action. Mm-hmm. This should be a good game against St. Thomas. It's always a yearly out-of-conference opponent.
Yes.
And it's always a good battle. And you said before, both Eagan and St. Thomas are 1-0 for starting the season.
In
they
the
both
first
had
half,
games on Saturday.
visiting St. Thomas Academy Cadets will defend the North Goal in front of the scoreboard, moving left to right on the field.
Yeah.
And the Eagan Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean, Eagan did a pretty good job on the second and third quarters, shutting out Monticello. So let's hope we can get a couple more shutout quarters in this game. And as the boys line up, down for the face-off is number 14, Reed. And down set. And here we go. As you can see, boys fall down, and it looks like Eagan's going to pick it up on the flip out. And then a nice pass up to center.
Break it up.
And good work around there. He's going to work his try and get through a triple team there.
Gabe just pushing through everybody.
He's bouncing and spinning off of everybody and making his way down to get the touch. And now he's getting double teamed and loses the ball. It seems there's a flag down
on St. Thomas.
It's going to be a hold on St. Thomas, which will give Eagan the ball on the goalie's right side top. So already a man advantage. Let's see if the boys can put this one away and start the game out good.
Penalty called on St. Thomas Academy. 30-second technical foul holding. The penalty is on number 8, Max Camden. Time of the penalty, first quarter, 11:36 remaining.
Boys are going to move it around, set up their positions. A little back and forth at the top and back on the left side of the goal. Looking for a nice hole in St. Thomas's defense. Oh, here, up front.
Drop pass.
Little drop, and it looks like the goalie picks it up. And now he's going to start looking for his open guy. Ethan trying to get in his face. Good hustle there, Ethan. Nice wide pass to the left side, and ooh, close to getting out of bounds there. And he's going to move it upfield and press on and get into Eagan's defensive zone.
That's going to be Luke Becker on number 2.
Yeah. Right side, middle, and he's going to move it up to the top. Doesn't look like he likes what he sees, so he backs off, and they're going to slow it down a little bit. Eagan's not pressing too hard, not getting the stretch. They're not willing to stretch their defense out yet.
And St. Thomas are just taking their time to get something set up.
Yeah.
Good pass.
A good pass, but it looks like it's going to result in a turnover for us.
Eagan ball. Let's get to work.
Eagan ball at the almost midline.
Ball out of bounds, possession, Wildcats.
Looks like Luke's going to be taking it, passing it back to the defense. Then a cross over to Jackson. Jackson loses control, but he gains it back. He's looking for his open guy and getting harassed. And there he goes. He makes a nice move on him and dump pass. And looks like number 16, Sawyer's moving upfield quick. Get the touch, and they're going to be working on the right side of the goalie right now.
Down to that man, Ethan.
Down to George's man, number 2, Ethan. Back up top, and you're going to get a new man on and set up the next play. There you go, Connor, make a move, and he's coming across the top. He's looking for his hole. He's going to take a shot, and it looks like it bounced
Shot
out.
for the Wildcats.
Picked
Connor
up
King,
by,
number 6.
20, Charlie Sis.
Good job, Charlie, you picking up that rebound and controlling the ball and keeping it in our hands. Back up top on the left side, we're going to reset. He's making a move inside. Oh, double teamed, and he got a stick check and lost the ball.
Picked up by St. Thomas.
St. Thomas is going to dump pass it to a nice fast runner up front, and they're going to take a shot.
Goal
Number 17?
Number 17, Luke Hudson. He's a captain.
Luke Hudson, the captain, scoring the goal. Little one-on-one with Charlie. But that's Charlie's plan, isn't it? He always lets the first one in and gets the kinks out and knocks the cobwebs. And
so remember last game we were talking about why Charlie kept going out of the net?
oh, yes,
Supposedly Charlie said that's the game plan, so it could be man up once they're trying to clear and get the touch.
Okay, so it's all part of Coach Matea's master plan.
All part of the plan.
It sounds like Charlie's sticking to the plan.
Yep.
All right, we're back down for a face-off.
Scoring for
the ball sits still. St. Thomas gets possession.
17,
They're going to start
Luke
working
Hudson.
it into Egan's
The
defensive
assist to
zone
number
on the left side
34,
of Egan's
Luca
goal.
Pedri. The time of the goal, first quarter, 9
Job on the
minutes, 6
defense,
seconds
sticking with
remaining.
him, and the ball is
Cadets
down.
goal scored
See if
by
we
Luke
can get a hold
Hudson.
of that.
The
No,
assist,
number 21 picks it up,
Luca
takes a shot,
Pedri,
and scores
and
right
a
out in
6
front of
remaining first
Charlie.
quarter.
Number 21, Tommy Bushlack.
21
got a
picks up
goal.
a nice little ground ball there and puts it away pretty quickly, not giving Charlie much time to pick up on it.
St. Thomas up 2-0. Egan in a little bit of a hole, but I'm sure he'll bounce back pretty easily.
It's definitely not a big hill to climb.
No, not at all. Got to get a face-off one and then just
Back
go
at
down
the face-off
there.
is Reed. We're going to get down and set. Hopefully we can get another face-off here. And there they go. It looks like Reed kicks it out, but then St.
Scoring
Thomas,
for
number
St.
1,
Thomas
picks it up.
Academy, and an assisted goal scored by number 21, Tommy Bushlack.
St. Thomas
It is
moving up top.
unassisted. Time of the
Egan's
goal,
defense is
first quarter,
pressing out
8
a little
minutes,
bit
47
tonight.
seconds remaining.
Looks like they're
Cadets
looking to
goal
put a little
scored
pressure there
by
with a double
Tommy
team.
Bushlack.
Kind
It
of
is
chasing them out
unassisted.
into the backfield.
8:47
Get some
remaining
help
first
there.
quarter.
And they're going to dump it back into the middle, try and set something up. Looks like Odin's got his man right in front of him, right where he wants him. And he's going to lose a little step on there and get it past inside to number 17. Ball's on the ground.
In the crease, picked
Charlie
up by
picks
Charlie.
Nice job, Charlie, for coming out and picking that up. He's going to start looking for an open white jersey.
In and out of the crease.
And Charlie just got called for in and out.
You know how the crease to
It kind of
call on
looked
the
like maybe
Wildcats
he
possession.
stepped out and then
Cadets.
thought twice about it and came out again. So St. Thomas gets possession there on the top left, number 6. He's going to work his way towards center and try and put a move on the inside. He's coming down the left side and he's going to work into the backfield, pass off to X. And he's going to work his way around number 17, who's scored already tonight. He's looking for another one, takes a shot, and he does score from the top center position, number 17.
Luke Hudson, captain. That's his second of the night. Egan
Yep.
up 3-0.
So now you know why he's the captain.
Yep.
Made a nice move from right to left on the goal and got his shoulder dropped and took a shot.
And Brooklyn Evans out here. If you can see in front of us, number 11. He's
Number
back
11 at the bottom of our screen. Brooklyn's back.
after getting injured before last game, but he's here to play. He's ready.
It's always good to see players get back
Yeah.
on the mend and get back out there. So looks like Reed's going to take the face off again. He's going to push through, and number 1 gets possession
His
again.
second goal of the game, number 17,
For St. Thomas,
Luke
he's going to work
Hudson.
his way up to the top right
Unassisted.
side. Looks
Time
like
of the goal,
defense
first
hit
quarter,
him
7
handcuffed.
minutes, 38
And then we
seconds
got a
remaining.
drop ball, number 22
Cadets goal,
for
second
St.
of the game
Thomas.
for
Jackson's
Luke
eyeballing
Hudson.
him
It is
and
unassisted with
to
7:38.
get a hole in there. Or actually, that's
Remaining
number
first
16.
quarter.
That's Sawyer. So St. Thomas is up on the top left, looking for the get some other players set up so they can move the ball around. St. Thomas likes to work a lot from the top of the field.
Yes, they do.
So sometimes you'll see teams that like to work it around, some like to work from X. Looks like St. Thomas's game plan tonight is start from the top and climb downhill.
And that's surely working for them.
So far it's working for them, but if Matea can pick up on that and get that out to the boys, hopefully defense can make that adjustment. He's going to make a move on the right side.
Good save by Charlie.
Foul save. Charlie saw it coming.
Number 34.
Looks like the rebound was kicked back to Charlie. Passed off to number 11, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's going to make his way upfield. He's got a runner right on his back, and then they switch off. Brooklyn goes center field, and he's going to cut across. Looking for a new man out there, and dropped pass. It's going to be on the right side, number 7. That is going to be Gabe.
And he's just going in.
He's going for it. Oh, looks like nice bounce shot by Connor that the goalie saved.
Saved by the goalie, Thomas Wicks. And Ethan's pressuring.
Ethan's right in his grill again, getting some pressure on there, which is great. We want to get that ball back while it's on that side. It's like St. Thomas's long pole's taking it up the right side. He's going to move into the Eagan defense and get a touch, and then peel out and start working the center there. And they're going to move it around. Oh, drop pass that goes out of bounds.
Going to stay with St. Thomas here.
So it bounced off of number 4, which will be Liam.
Thomas.
Well, out of bounds possession, Cadets.
And on defense,
he's going to move out front and try and make a move. Thinks a little better of it and passes it to the top right side. Going to pass it off to the top left, and he's going to take a couple steps back and see what he can do with that. As he approaches, he's going to make a hard right turn and work his way to the back. And back to X here. We'll see what Liam picks him up there. Work his way up top center.
Sawyer on number 21.
Yep, Sawyer's got him handcuffed. Good defense by Sawyer there. Handcuffed him good before he could drop his shoulder. And then they kick it back out to the top right side and reset again. Making another move.
Good save by
shot. Charlie catches it right in the midsection.
Charlie's feeling it now.
Shot for the Cadets.
Charlie comes out. He's getting a little pressure there.
By Charlie Heinlein.
He's going to pass it off
over to Jackson, who's going to
chases it out of bounds.
Out of bounds possession, St. Thomas Academy.
Stay with St. Thomas.
St. Thomas number 17 is going to take it on the bottom right.
They're gonna.
Looks like he's going to work his way to X, and he's going to push everybody else out front to see if he can get an open feed there. As he makes his way around the right side, fighting, and Jackson hit him pretty well, hemmed up, which is good news. Another good defensive plays there. Top right, number 21 for St. Thomas is resetting, backing off. Looks like he's got a lot of pressure from Eagan.
They're going to set up at the top,
and
he's going.
Player top left that nobody picked up on. Number 6 for St. Thomas, but he gets denied coming in. He's going to work his way down to X and try and come around the corner again. Number 81's giving him a hard time for Eagan. It's going to be Luke Becker. Did a good job keeping him from getting in there. Big pass out front that misses his mark. And going to stay inbounds. And it looks like it gets kicked out of bounds.
Eagan ball, let's go score.
Eagan ball.
Let's go score, Eagan.
All right, it looks like Gabe's going to take it upfield and try and make a couple of moves on number 21 for St. Thomas there as he cuts towards center. And he's going to get right into the middle of things and then pass it off. Connor's down there to get to it. Connor makes a good stick move and pushes him off the ball. And we've got a little scrum out in the middle of St. Thomas's goal. And St. Thomas comes out with a defense pole. Comes quickly downfield and gets it back over the 50-yard line and passing it off to St. Thomas.
Dropping, that's going to be picked up by Eagan. Oh, if he can
little trouble controlling that ground ball. Oh, yeah. Good shoulder check there and peel his guy off before he can get to it.
Still a fight.
Another stick check.
They were fighting for about 20 yards.
And it's going to result in St. Thomas's ball. Little fighting going on there. Ethan came up on him pretty quick there.
Yeah.
It was good heads up by Ethan, seeing he was still on his side. St. Thomas is going to start out in the bottom right, number 17. who already has 2 goals tonight. And then passes out to the number 21 on the top left. Defense does a good job of hitting them and knocking them off track. And St. Thomas is going to work it back around town. Another drop pass. He gobbles it back up and makes a move. Charlie
Good save
stops
by
it.
Charlie.
Nice low shot that Charlie got a
Charlie
piece of
Heinlein.
and stopped it and passes it off to Jackson. Jackson's looking for an open guy, another defensive. Oh, and Charlie picks it up and he's going to go for it.
Go. He's going.
He's going for it. Oh, he sees a guy open
That
downfield.
can't be good. You got to go, Chuck.
Yeah, you're going to listen to your brother more often. Be aggressive, right? As Eagan fights for the ball at the midfield, St. Thomas comes out with it, across to the 50-yard line, and he's going to work his way down on the bottom left side of Charlie, looking for an open man. Looks like they're going to slow it down a little bit. He's coming out front, ball down, and kicked out to Charlie, and he grabs a hold of it. Looks for his defensive guy down.
And Liam Thomas is just going.
Liam turns in and passes it off down. Another long pass to center.
Lane.
There we go. He makes a good move there and loses his guy, and now he's going to cut across the top.
He's
Get
sprinting
downfield.
down there.
And pass out to Ethan on the top right side.
Ethan's the guy you should be looking out for if you're playing him.
So Ethan's the one you got for scoring the first goal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He'll get it right.
Looks like we got to move inside and jump.
Yes.
Shot that resulted in St.
Shot
Thomas
taken,
getting
Brooklyn
out
Evans,
of it.
number 11, on the St. Thomas Wicks for the Cadets.
And we got a ball down with a little scrum.
And
See if he
still
can-
got to
oh.
get picked up.
He managed to get it back. St.
1
Thomas
minute
is working
remaining
it
in the
across
first
the field
quarter.
before
1
they cross
minute.
the center line. And they're going to take a deep hole across the line, number 35 for St. Thomas, who dumps it off to a waiting number 22. Thought he was going to make a move, but changed his mind.
They're just sitting at St. Thomas.
Now they're
setting
going
up
to
at the top.
reset and wait for something to happen here.
Good defense.
Little
And then
dump
left that
pass to
guy
number
open.
6. Dump pass out front, and looks like a scrum on the ground again. Hopefully we can result in another Eagan turnover. And Charlie
picked up
scoops it
by
up.
Charlie.
Good eyes for Charlie seeing that roll towards him.
And Egan's got 20 seconds to go make some magic happen.
We got 18 seconds left on the clock,
Let's
so
go.
let's see if we can do something with this. So far, the score is 3-0 St. Thomas this first quarter.
Passed over to Ethan.
Ethan, there we go.
He's going.
He's good. Well, he looks for his man out
and
front,
that's
but
gonna take
a
us
little
to-
wide pass,
Ball
which will
out of bounds,
result in a
possession,
turnover.
Cadets.
And that would most likely take us to the end.
Yeah,
this
we only have 2 seconds left on the clock. So right now the score is 3-0 St. Thomas. Egan's doing a good job defensively,
Yes.
even though they let in 3 goals.
They just gotta get
And there's
offense
the horn
working.
for the end of the first.
That is the end of the first quarter. The score after one
Egan's gotta
quarter,
get
the
their offense
St. Thomas
rolling.
Academy
It's not
Cadets
stopping.
3, the Eagan Wildcats nothing.
Yep, so we're gonna get some we're gonna get a change of sides, and hopefully that that'll spur some activity in the offensive side.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're gonna try a couple
Shots on
new
goal in the
things
first quarter.
while
St.
we're
Thomas
doing this
Academy
year.
with 6.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
And
So
Eagan
this year,
Wildcats with
between the
2.
first and second quarters, we're gonna have
Here's a summary of the goal
our
scoring in
resident
the first
expert
quarter.
George Heinlein
3 goals
Yep.
scored in the
explaining
quarter,
a
all
rule.
by the Cadets.
So we'll
Scoring
pick
for
a
St.
rule
Thomas
at
Academy
random
with
every
9:06
game
remaining.
between the first and
Number
second
17, Luke Hudson. The assistant, number
quarters,
34, Lucas
and then
Henry.
between the third and the fourth
Time
quarter,
remaining in the quarter,
George is
9:06.
going to have a special treat
Scoring
for us that
the
we'll
Yes.
announce at the end of the
Cadets
third
with
quarter.
8:47
So
remaining in the
please
quarter. Number
stay tuned
21,
to the end of the third.
Tommy
Don't
Borschlack. That
Don't
goal
leave.
was
Stay
Get some
here.
popcorn, get something to eat.
And then scoring
Grandma and
for
Grandpa
St.
are
Thomas
watching the
Academy with
grandkids play,
7:38
Yep.
right?
remaining. Second goal of
So,
the game for
for
number
tonight's
17,
rule,
Luke Hudson.
Let's
That
go
goal was
over
assisted
over and
with
back rule.
7:38
Over
remaining
and
in the
back?
first
Yep,
quarter.
so there's an over and
Cadets
back
3,
rule, kind of like
Wildcats nothing
basketball.
after
Yes,
one quarter.
it's pretty much like the one of basketball. So it is when you get over the 50-yard line and go make a touch, and you're just passing around, and then a pass goes. It just get it. If say you get a missed pass, and it just goes shooting by you, and then it rolls past the 50-yard line, and
So it
but-
goes back over the 40 line or the 50-yard line
Yes.
into your defensive zone.
and you go touch it, then it would be called an over and back, and then the other team that will get the ball, and they will get to set up and try to score.
So that results in a change of possession.
Yes,
so
change of
what
possession.
if the other team touches the ball first, but Eagan still gets the ball back?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's still an over and back.
I'm not actually sure about that.
You're not sure about that.
I'm not 100%
I stumped
sure.
the expert
It may,
on the first night.
It might actually be. I think if it was to St. Thomas pick it up and try and make a pass, and then Eagan it ends up in a ground ball and Eagan gets it, then then it wouldn't be a ground over and back because it's been quite
because it's changed possessions.
Yep. And it's been on the other side where the team has been. So then it wouldn't be. So the only way you can get an over and back is by if you
in the second quarter, St. Thomas Academy defending the south goal, moving right to left,
over the
Eagan Wildcats defending the north goal in front of the scoreboard, moving left to right.
Yes. Usually you don't see it happen as a lot, but it's definitely still gonna
Teams
happen.
are at even strength to start the second quarter.
So we're getting ready to start the second quarter. St. Thomas is 3, Eagan Wildcats are 0.
Brooklyn Evans will be taking the face-off here.
Brooklyn, a little change at face-off. Charlie's going to be on their left side this time, on the north side. And Brooklyn's getting down set. And another fight for the ball. Looks like St. Thomas number 1 comes out with again, but number 7 is hacking away, trying to get that ball.
And you can see Ethan almost came up.
That was Gabe, number 7, putting on a pretty good show with his stick as St. Thomas takes it down on Charlie's left side.
And they're set up at they're getting ready to get set up at the top, which is definitely they've been their game plan so far.
Yeah, it looks like that's looks like we picked up on it pretty early, George.
Yes.
That's great work by our experts.
Oh yeah. And a good steal.
Nice
good steal.
Number 21.
Dropped off to Joey.
Odin gets a good steal on that one and drives it downfield.
Joey had a.
He's going to bring it back into the middle, and Connor takes it at an X, feeding it to Ethan on the top right of St. Thomas's goal. Ethan's going to look for his opening. Ethan does a really good job of working his way around those corners, and there he goes, puts a move on their defense.
He's quick.
As the goalie comes out, it was a missed opportunity for a shot there.
And picked up back.
Well, looks like St. Thomas got a piece of that, but Eagan retained it.
Passed over to Brooklyn Evans.
Brooklyn on the top right side. They're going to reset their offensive plan, and
he's going, and steps back.
He's going to draw out their defense, and then he's going to make another move on the inside there. Doesn't like what he sees and passes up to the top left, back down to the bottom left, and back down to X. Ethan's waiting, and a little pass over there to Connor on the right side, who's going to make a move out front.
Good ball
Gets a little headshot, a nice bounce shot, a little bit off target.
That's going to stay with Eagan.
And it will stay with Eagan. They made it to the line first, which is great hustle, boys.
That was some good ball movement they were having there.
It was. Connor was really pushing hard, leaning on his left shoulder, which is what we want to see, so he can get that space to get those hands clear and take a nice shot. As Eagan moves it back up top center and top right, it looks like he's going to make a move inside and took a shot, but it bounced off of somebody. St. Thomas goalie picks it up on the side of the goal. He's looking for an open man.
Shot for the
Ethan
Wildcats.
give him a hard time again. Great work by Ethan. Nice looping pass to number 2, waiting on the left side for St. Thomas. He's going to work his way upfield. And another looping pass, which will result in an Eagan possession.
Let's go score, Eagan.
Well, we're going to say the sun was in his eyes on that one.
Sun bounce possession, Wildcats.
Back to the old baseball days.
Yes.
Oh, it looks like he's going to make a couple moves there and move towards center.
Brooklyn is just steaming down the field.
He's trying to break some ankles out there, and Ethan doesn't like what he sees. He's going to loop back around
and he
keep working the right side.
And he's just keeping hold of the ball.
Does a nice swim move there and gets out front.
Shot
underhand shot, which results out of bounds, but
Eagan's
going to maintain it. Looks like that's going to be Joey Will on the bottom right, passing it up top to number 20, Charlie. And then up top right, and we're going to work it back down to Connor. Connor's going to start moving towards center. Let's see if we can give Connor another chance here. It's going to be moving up top. In top center, he's going to make a move inside. Long.
That's a shot.
That was a bit outside.
That was a shot.
Ball out of bounds, possession to the Cadets.
George thinks it was a shot. It resulted in going up and over the net That was almost a field goal if it was football.
Yeah. 3 points. No, it'd be tied.
Nice looping pass again to number 2 on St. Thomas, waiting on the left side.
And a nice little bounce pass there, I can say.
Got a long pole in there for St. Thomas, and number 8 takes a shot and scores.
Scores number
8. That was Aiden Smith, or excuse me,
Max Camden.
Max Camden, their deep hole for St. Thomas. Shoots and scores, bringing the score now to 4-0.
St. Thomas up 4-0. I mean, this is a big goal for Eagan. It's just they just gotta get possession and go score.
All right, so we're gonna get a reset on center. I think that's Brooklyn in center again.
No, it's
hard to see the unit.
Reed gonna be
No, it's gonna be
face-offs again.
He's gonna scoop through it. Oh, a little kick out, and he gets the ball. Number 27.
Picked up by Lane, actually.
There we go. Number 21 is up front.
It is unassisted. The
That's
time of the
Odin.
goal is second quarter.
Takes a
8
big
minutes,
hit there
34
as he
seconds
passes.
remaining.
Looks like
He's
Egan's
called push
gonna keep
against
the
the
ball. It's
Cadets.
gonna
Possession
call
to the
it a loose ball
Wildcats.
push.
Ball push.
The Cadets
Egan's gonna take it from the alley.
Max Camden, it is
Number 19,
unassisted.
Joey Will on the
With
bottom
8:34
right, or
remaining,
bottom
second
left
quarter.
of St. Thomas's goal. Works its way back up top into center. And looks like Brooklyn's going to take it at center and pass it off to Connor. Connor back to Brooklyn. And let's see if Brooklyn likes. No, he's going to pass it off to number 27.
Lane.
Lane.
Brother of Reed. That's been taking face-offs.
Yeah. So we're back down to Connor. Back
to
up to Brooklyn. Brooklyn makes a couple of moves. He looks like he's going to shoot, but he backs off.
Out to Liam Riley.
Liam back to Brooklyn. Brooklyn is going to make a move. Connor did a nice job of setting up a screen.
Yes.
And Connor takes it back up to top. And then back down to the left side. Missed pass.
But picked up.
There's a hole in his stick, but he gets possession of it again. Leaning hard on his shoulder, trying to get inside, but loses the ball.
And that's gonna get.
And then defense boxes him out, and we got a little kick out here.
It's gonna get picked up by number 1 on St. Thomas.
St. Thomas is going to pass it around their defense there and kind of keep it in the backfield, which is okay for us. We can keep them hemmed up for long enough. We can get the possession back. St. Thomas' long pole is going to take it over the center and pass it up to the top left to Charlie. And it looks like number 16 is going to give him a little something to think about before he makes a move.
And Sawyer's going to be on D on the ball.
There we go. St. Thomas takes it down to the X. Sawyer stays with him, keeps him harassed. Bottom right side of Charlie. It's like they're slowing the play down again and trying to set up a screen. Doesn't fall for the screen and stays with his man. And now they're going to take it up center. Who takes number 17 takes a shot and scores.
Goal number 17, Luke Hudson. I'm pretty sure that is a hat trick for him.
Yep, that's a hat trick for him. He takes it from about the 25-yard line, which is basically a 20-yard shot that Charlie just did not have a chance on.
And that's gives St. Thomas the 5-0 lead.
Well, we got a big hill to climb now, don't we, George?
Yeah, I wish it was still 2-0 when he said it wasn't a big deal. That would have been nice.
Well, there's still plenty of game left. We've got 6 minutes and 26 seconds with another face-off in the center.
Scoring for St. Thomas Academy, his third
Battling,
goal.
but number 1 gets
Ooh,
big
big
hit
hit!
from the back from
It
Egan.
is
That's gonna result
unassisted,
in
the
a
time of the
penalty.
goal, second quarter, 6 minutes, 26
We're
seconds.
going to play man
remaining.
down. Got a couple
Cadets
flags
goal,
down
third
here.
of the game for
Maybe
Luke
it's on the
Hudson,
same thing.
unassisted,
Looks like it's gonna be
6:26 remaining. Second quarter, penalty
Looks
upcoming.
like it's going to be on Gabe Jellin, number 7.
Number 7, Gabe's going to have to sit in the box and think about what he's doing.
Or it's going to be number 21.
Oh, no.
Odin.
Odin, the freshman. Or excuse me,
Actually,
8th
grader.
grader. 8th grader. Is he one of your teammates?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Is he pretty good?
Penalty called on
He is
the
playing
Eagan
varsity.
Wildcats, 30-second technical foul
didn't
push
see-
with possession, penalty
He's
number
here, so-
21. Odin Overhammer. Time of
He's
the
going to serve the
second
penalty
quarter,
for a hit.
6:16
It's
remaining.
going to be a loose ball
30-second
push,
technical foul
which will
on
put
the
Egan
Wildcats.
in a penalty kill here while St. Thomas works it around top. Some quick passes. Takes a shot, but doesn't have control of the ball.
Picked up by Brooklyn, running down the field.
There we go, Brooklyn. Good work. Sees that ball and scoops it up. Brooklyn's man down and pressing
he's
forward.
Just pushing through everyone. Past
bad pass
up,
there.
picked up.
Joey's going to fight for it.
Penalty to Wildcats.
Pull his guy off the ball. Joey does push him off and gets a hold of it. Good pass up top, which should bring Eagan back up to full strength. And Brooklyn's going to settle the ball at the top. Give us a chance to breathe and reset. Down to Connor on the top right and back to Brooklyn, top center. And then over to Luke, who passes it down and back. Is that Ethan back? Yes, that's Ethan. He's going to make a move on the left side of the goal. Oh, and another spin move. He's going to try for a low shot underhand.
Pick it up.
There
Shoot
he goes. Shoot it.
Goal!
And he gets his first goal.
Number 81, Luke Becker.
Good job, Luke. There,
That's his second of the season. He's an 8th grader.
Yeah, it was a nice rebound that he picked up out of the air and shot it in before the goalie was even ready.
So that one had Eagan down 1-5, but
only down by 4.
They got this.
They got it. That's what we want to hear. Eagan's doing a good job on defense.
And that'll be a timeout by Eagan.
Timeout Eagan. We're gonna
Eagan Wildcats
set something up to put another score on this and maybe take a little bit of St. Thomas momentum out of this game.
Yep.
And make them really think about it during halftime, right? Coach Mattia is going to have a little briefing with the boys and tell them this is what we're going to do.
Talk about what they got to do to get out of this hole.
So if you were Coach Mattia, you were coaching the boys, what would you be telling them right now?
To make sure to not let them get set up at the top and just go like I don't even know. I'd be like to make sure to set up a good offense so you can get down there and just take a good shot. And complete your passes. Yeah. And then on D, make sure to stop them before they can get set up.
Yeah, don't let them get it set up at the top of the.
Top of the field.
Top of the field, harass them a little bit.
Yeah, just go at them.
So we're gonna spread out our defense a little bit and put some sticks on some hands. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good game plan, George. Maybe you should, after you're done with your playing career, you should transition to that. Coaching, or are you going to continue broadcasting?
I'll continue broadcasting.
You think this is your calling?
Yeah.
I think you're doing a pretty good job. It's a perfect night for lacrosse here tonight. The wind's not having too much of an effect.
Just
a
little
breezy,
chilly.
but
a little chilly.
The good news is that it's coming from the northwest, so we have the main stadium or the main stands and our booth up here to block the wind.
And it's pretty warm in here. It's not cool. It's like everyone else watching at home, they're nice and warm. But
I'm sure they are.
But the fans may or may not be the warmest.
It's still early spring.
Still early spring for sure. Not even
coats and hats and blankets are always a requirement. Looks like we're coming out of that timeout there, and everyone's going to go back to their respective positions. And we'll see what Mattea's game plan is for this.
And there goes out Charlie. Having a pretty good game. He's got some good saves.
Yeah, he's had some definitely good saves. He's let a couple go, but that's okay. You know, the damage can be fixed from here.
Last game, I'm pretty sure he had around about. It was around. I forget.
Hey, we don't have a statistician. That's what we need. We got to put that in the budget.
I know my mom was counting.
Looks like he sat on Reed, which is going to result
in
Eagan's ball.
Let's go score.
Loose ball hold against the Cadets. It's possession Wildcats.
It's going to be a loose ball hold on St. Thomas.
Wildcats, and an assisted goal scored by number 81, Luke Becker.
And Jackson Thomas.
It is unassisted. The time of the goal, second quarter, 5 minutes, 4 seconds remaining.
50-yard line.
Wildcats goal scored by
Eyeball
Luke
in
Becker.
Brooklyn is going to try and make some moves and
Time
get open for
5:04
Jackson.
remaining, second quarter.
There we go. And we're going to move it up on the top left. Brooklyn will bring it downfield, get the touch. And we're going to start working the ball around. And down to X at Ethan waiting. Ethan's He's going to make a move, cutting towards center. He's going to try and come around the left side of the goal.
Pass out front, but Brooklyn's going to pick it up.
Brooklyn picks it up. It looks like Connor either didn't see it or wasn't looking for it.
And now he's got it.
Yeah, Connor's got it now, and he's going to make a couple moves here, swing it up front, bring it up top. Back down to Brooklyn on top left. Brooklyn makes a little stutter step there, tries to put a move on their number 1. And then down to number 19 for Eagan, which is Joey. Back down to center for Ethan. Ethan's going to pass it off to the right side. Long pass for Connor. Connor will sweep around to the right. He's going to push hard on his shoulder. Try and make some moves inside. Looks like we lost the ball. And St. Thomas picks it up and runs through the play.
He's zipping down the field.
Moving pretty hard upfield. It looks like he's rowing a canoe there. He's going to pass off to a waiting player.
Good save by Charlie!
Open save by Charlie. Great work. And Charlie dumps it off to Brooklyn, and he's going to take it downfield.
Brooklyn's taking a little slow for him.
Looks like Brooklyn's getting double teamed and then get pushed down.
Oh, he's getting. He's got.
Looks like St. Thomas comes out with the ball there, and we got a stoppage of play.
Timeout on the field taken by St. Thomas Academy.
With 3 minutes and 30 left as they change possession on the offensive side for Eagan. St. Thomas's defense, they want to get a reset on this before it gets too out of control. Charlie made a great save there and dumped it off real quick to Brooklyn and made his way upfield pretty quickly, which is what we want to see. Those are the plays that you get turnovers on. And you get some score changes, some of those fast breaks. If you can get your players open, and Charlie has a good read on them, we can get that play downfield as fast as we can and not give their defense a chance to set up. But St. Thomas tried that trick on us, but guess who was ready? Your brother. Yeah, he was ready for that. They had an open guy on Charlie's right side, passed it off to him, and Charlie stuffed him pretty good. So maybe getting those couple out of the way, now Charlie's on fire.
Yeah, he'll just get him.
Now he's going to see everything.
Yeah, for sure. He's letting all his goals, and now Egan's just going to go score.
It's like St. Thomas is going to take it on Charlie's top left side on the 50-yard line.
Possession Cadets coming out of their timeout.
Ethan made a little play there to try and force him over the line. St. Thomas takes it again on the top. Center, they're going to move it around. And a good stick check there by, looks like Odin. Made him think twice about what he was going to do there. Number 34 is eyeing up Odin again, trying to see if he can find a hole in him. Moving to the top right there and then dumping it off to number 21 for St. Thomas, who gets pressure and backs off. Trying to make some moves there. Odin's doing a good job of keeping a lot of shots from even coming out. Back up to center, number 22 for St. Thomas. He's going to line up and see if he can get some of his guys in. Set up a screen there, and then switching off guys there, which is a good move, and good shot, which results in a goal. That was
number 22, Nate Williams.
Number 22, Nate Williams goes from high to low on Charlie and gets in a little bounce shot in there. Some of those, I would imagine, you have to ask your brother, those bounce shots, those have to be pretty hard to read, especially depending on the turf you're playing on. Whether it's grass or turf, or because I know once it hits these little rubber beads in this turf, it can really grip the ball and cause it to spin.
Go anywhere.
So Reed's going to take it again from the face-off circle up top, and let's see if we can get some work out of this. As they dig it out, and St. Thomas comes out with the ball.
Academy, an unassisted goal scored by number 22,
across the
Nate
50-yard
Williams.
line is Egan's
It is
defense
unassisted.
sets
The
up.
time of the goal, second quarter, 2 minutes, 34 seconds
St. Thomas
remaining.
gets the guy down low.
Cadets goal,
And,
Picked up by
Nate
Jackson
Williams,
Thomas.
unassisted.
Jackson does a good
Butt
job
34 remaining.
reading that
Second
pass.
quarter.
Scoops it up and dumps it in Charlie's stick. Charlie's going to read the field and pass it upfield. Teases open man with Jackson. Jackson's going to take a look. Back to Charlie. Oh, no, he's going across.
Thought that was.
Is that Odin again? Or no, that's Sawyer. That's Odin. He takes it in the center, but they're working the wrong direction. And we get called for not getting it into the box, which is going to result in a turnover. Charlie's going to scramble back.
He went too soon.
Looks like St. Thomas wanted to start a lot sooner than the refs are willing to allow them. So they start back top at center, long pole. Down to Charlie's right side. 17 takes another shot. Trying to get forward, doesn't get it. Little, just a bit outside on that one. So defense gets their man down at X, brings it out front. Charlie's top right side. Good stick harassment there by Odin, keeping him from trying to pull anything out. St. Thomas has a new man on field. Passing up to top left side. Squaring off for number 26 for Eagan. Gets a good hit there and gets him to turn back. Jackson's going to take over. And he dumps it back to the top left side. And it looks like we have about 1:12 left on the clock. So we'll see if St. Thomas is going to either kill the clock, which it looks like they're doing right now. He's pulling everybody back and going in a little bit of a setup mode.
1 minute remaining in
They're
the
set up
second
at
quarter.
the top again.
1 minute.
What should we need to be watching out for?
Yeah,
Because
that's,
they've been moving the ball great up there.
that was looks like a tripping or a moving screen, which
It's
is
going to
going
be
to result
Egan's
in a
ball.
turnover.
And David Coleman are going to be taking it up and just
David's
going
got-
across it.
drop ball and
drops it.
turnover for number 21 who saw it. And he's going to move it back up to the side who sees waiting number 8. Another long pole, not going to take a shot, which is good news. And back down to the bottom right side. He's going to work his way back up top and across the front. See if he can get his shoulder in place. Good stick check there by number 21, Odin. And back off to the right side. Looks like St. Thomas got a couple of good hits there, but he gets in and
It's
scores.
going to be a
Number 21
number
for St.
21,
Thomas.
Tommy Bushlak. It's the second of the game.
He took a couple of hits on that one.
Yeah, a couple of.
He was bouncing around. I'm sure it rattled his cage a little bit, but he
Yeah.
managed to get the shot off,
That's
which is resulting in 7-1
lead
for
St.
St. Thomas with
Probably go.
18 seconds left on the clock.
Yep. Egan's got to talk over some key details over half to make sure they can. Hopefully do some stuff good.
Let's see if we can put a cork in this for a while and slow him
Yeah.
down. So Egan's going to take the face off again. Number 14, Reed, top center.
Scoring for
They're gonna
St.
dig for
Thomas
the ball,
Academy,
which
his second
falls
goal
down,
of the
and number
game,
1
number
picks it up.
21, Tommy
He's going to work his way straight in towards
Unassisted,
Charlie.
taking the goal second
Oh, it looks like
quarter,
Egan's
2
defense,
remaining.
short stick defense,
The
got a
next
stick
goal,
on that
second
one.
of the game for Tommy
gonna be
Bushlak.
That
for
should have been a
7
turnover.
18 seconds remaining,
That's
second
going to be
quarter.
for 7 seconds.
I want to say that was a pass.
What's happening
Looks like we
here?
got 7 seconds left, and refs are going to make St. Thomas start over again.
That would have been.
In the backfield, number 17. A little bit of confusion out there as they settle the boys
Possession
down.
Cadets.
Number 17 takes it from X, tries to pass it up front. Well, shot, but it
Shot
gets
number
deflected.
8.
And that's going to take us to the
Charlie,
end of the first half.
Scrambles to the bottom left and gets possession of it before they can do anything. So we're at the half here.
Yep.
We're going to be taking a break here shortly. The score now is Eagan Wildcats 1. St. Thomas Cadets are at 7. Kind of a one-sided game.
Yes, for
A
sure.
little bit back and forth, but
Yep.
not resulting in any scoring chances for
Shots
us.
on goal in the second
Even though
quarter,
the boys
St.
are putting
Thomas
in some
Academy,
strong work
5.
trying to get around those
They just
corners.
gotta get their offense going.
Yep, so we'll be
Eagan
taking a
Wildcats
short
with
break
1
here.
shot on goal in the second quarter.
See you back
First
in
half total for the
about
Wildcats,
10
3.
minutes.
Here's a summary of the goal scoring in quarter number 2. Scoring for St. Thomas Academy with 8:30.
All right, welcome back to the second half of Eagan versus St. Thomas Cadets. Score currently is 7-1 Wildcats. Our lone goal scored by George.
Luke Becker,
Luke
number
Becker,
81.
the 8th grader, who managed to find a nice hole out front and gobbled up a high bouncer
Yep.
to shoot on St. Thomas, which is a good scoring opportunity. We're going to switch sides here.
We have Jackson Thomas out there taking the face off.
Jackson.
D pool.
Take a little bit of face-off time for Jackson, and Charlie's back in net. We're going to be playing from right to left
Down the
now.
field for the third quarter, the Cadets defending the north goal in front of the scoreboard, moving
Get
left to
set.
right.
Jackson
The Wildcats
getting
defending the
his
south,
legs
moving
warm
right
before
to
we
left.
get down and
Ready
set.
for the face-off. Start of the third quarter.
Brooklyn on our near side. And here we go. Jackson does a
Second
good
half
job.
action.
But we lose to number 1 again. St. Thomas, who spins around, and he's going to take it up midfield towards center. We got a waiting long pull out front. And a bounce shot by number 8 scores.
Number 8, Max Camden. That's his second of the day. That deep hole. Hold on.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
He's a good shooter there. That was a nice high bouncer. I think Charlie probably thought it was going to be a lot lower than it was, and it went right over his right shoulder.
Yeah.
So now it's 8-1. St. Thomas getting off to a quick start with only about 11 seconds in this period scoring. As we get down and set again, Jackson's back on center. He's going to take the face off. Let's see, Jackson can redeem himself. One gets it again. But he's going to go deep and have to pass it off to one of his defensemen. Got a little too deep there and loses a pass. And Odin gives him something to think about. Good hands there by Jackson. Passes it right to Odin.
He's looking for a hold on that.
He's going to go upfield and bring it up onto the left side of St. Thomas goal, who dumps it up top. Loses that pass.
And that's going to be picked up.
Picked back up, and he's going to work his way down and try and get towards the backfield. Little set up there and settle the ball. New guy outfield.
Over to Brooklyn.
Pass it over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's going to work it down. Try and make a move. Doesn't. And then pass off to number 6, Connor, who's going to take it back up top, and he's going to try and turn a corner here and look for a good opening. Peels off and passes it back down bottom left. Makes a move to his left and then right, and then back to the left. And back to the right. He makes a couple of good moves there. Gets loose, but loses the ball. Ethan's there to pick it up and gets shoved from behind, which results in Egan's hanging onto it.
Push on the Cadets, possession Wildcats.
So it's going to be a loose ball push. Ethan drawing the penalty there in the changeover back to Eagan and up top. Another drop pass and move it back over to the right side to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn going to take it.
Gets a nice screen there, and he's going to work his way around. Drop ball.
And he's going to
try to get a little handcuff there and gets a piece of it, but St. Thomas picks it up.
Thomas, and they're going to move it way upfield. And
St.
34's off there.
Off to the races. He's going right in for center there. Waiting number.
And blocked.
Blocked. Pass. Bounces out, and now it's going to be a scrum on Charlie's right side. And squirts out into the X and picks up and works away on Charlie's left. Number 21 for St. Thomas, who passes it back to X. Unusual move for St. Thomas. They usually go up top, and which results in a turnover for a bad pass.
That's going to be Eagan ball.
Possession to the Wildcats.
He's going to take it in the backfield on Charlie's right side. Look for his open man upfield, Brooklyn, who takes it, and he's going to make some moves.
And he's going upfield.
He's
He's
gonna
sprinting.
press
He's going.
all the way up. And he's going to work his way back towards center to get inside the box to get the touch and slow the ball down. Back off to the top left. And he's going to work his way back to center while Brooklyn goes off field and looks for a new man. Down to Connor on top right. He's going to make a look on left. A nice turn right. Doesn't like what he sees, passes it back up center, and then down low for number 19 for Eagan, or I think that was 19. Back down to Ethan at X, who makes a nice move on the defense.
And that's a goal by Ethan.
And gets the goal in. He made a nice cut move on that defensive man.
Good goal by Ethan. And that will make it 2-8.
Little bounce shot there on the goalie's left side. Never saw it coming. Ethan's kind of quick that way and can turn those corners real fast.
And that's his 5th goal of the season.
5th goal of the season for Ethan. Good job. As we get reset here, Jackson's going to take the face off again. Let's see. Try and keep number 1 from getting it this time. St. Thomas, who's doing a good job. That's going to be Mike Kellick, I believe it's pronounced. 12th grader, face-off specialist, which obviously, for good reason. He's won the majority of them.
Yeah.
Jackson's going to put some little moves on him there. Comes out with it. But he's going to keep that stick in there and try to get in there for the Cano.
Scoring for the Eagan Wildcats, an unassisted goal scored by number 2, Eagan Wildcats.
Number 4.
It is unassisted at the time of the goal.
Wants to go center, but changes his mind, and
remaining.
he's going to peel out to Charlie's bottom left. And he's going to sit there uncontested while they change out some players.
Wildcats goal scored by Ethan Wallach, unassisted.
A rolling pass up to center.
3rd quarter.
Number 6 for St. Thomas. He's going to take a couple step back. He's going to look. Odin's on number 6. He's going to give him something to think about, hopefully. And then he doesn't notice the pressure from his left side. Passes off to number 1, who's waiting on the far left. Sawyer, number 16 again.
That's Sawyer.
He's going to keep pace with him. Great job, Sawyer, not losing his footing and keeping him from going into it where he wants to go. Good stick check on the bottom there. And there's Sawyer's eyeballing and waiting for his opening. He's going to take another poke check at him. Keep him busy as they set up a screen. No, Sawyer doesn't fall for it, makes his way around. As we move back down to X, and they're going to go Charlie's bottom right side. Number 34, waiting for number 3 up top. For St. Thomas, puts a move out front, pass, and a quick shot from number 3, feeding number 6.
Number 6, Peter Olson with the goal. That'll give it a 9-2.
Which will bring us to 9-2 with 7:33 left in the 3rd.
But it does appear there's a flag thrown.
It does appear.
So
it's going to be unnecessary roughness on Eagan number 7.
Gabe Jellin back in the box.
Gabe, I did not see what was taking place, but he must have done something to get the ref's attention.
Looks like Brooklyn.
Penalty called on the Wildcats. 1 minute personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. The penalty on number 7, Gabe Jellin. Time of the penalty, 3rd quarter, 7:33 remaining. 1 minute personal foul on the Wildcats.
So it's going to be a man down. Oh, Brooklyn had it if we had somebody waiting on that wing, but we did not. So St. Thomas
scoring for St. Thomas Academy, number 6, Peter Olson. The assist, number 3, Jack Simmons. Time of the goal, 3rd quarter, 7 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. Cadets goal scored by Peter Olson, assisted by Jack Simmons.
Going by their playbook and keeping it up top.
7:33 remaining in the
middle
3rd quarter.
and this pass, and that's going to be picked up by Jackson Thomas.
Good job, Jackson, by reading that low pass and make them scramble. Kind of put them on a little bit of edge there, but big shot. Just a bit outside on Charlie's
number 17,
right side.
Luke Hudson. Possession stays with the Cadets.
Yeah, a big wind-up on that one, but he was a little off target. And St. Thomas is going to take it down on Charlie's bottom left side. Still man down for Eagan. As we move upfield, back towards center.
Shot
and another nice shot.
Number 21, Tommy Bushlack.
Possession.
St. Thomas Academy.
Try to set something up.
Hopefully that clock is ticking away.
Yep.
And we are back on
penalty of the Wildcats release. Wildcats full strength.
Keep moving around up top. Looks like St. Thomas really couldn't get much going on that one, which is good news for our penalty kill. Big screen there. Looks like double teaming the ball. And then Odin comes out and gives him a nice stick check to make him think about what he's doing. As St. Thomas moves it up to Charlie's top left, and he's going to slide right. Number 21 makes a move to his left, trying to get towards center.
And that's going to be Sawyer on number 21.
Dumping it off into the center. Nice feed
Over
down low.
in,
Number 3 is out front
good
waiting for a
D.
shot.
And it's out.
And it's out and
Shot
shot. Oh, that was a
Blocked
good
by
read by
Shot for number
Charlie.
34,
Yeah, good
Luca Pedri.
And Charlie
Charlie's
gets the
going
ball
to keep
again.
it up. He's
Waiting
going to
up
pass
top
it
is
out
Brooklyn.
over to
Brooklyn's got,
Blake.
is that Blake?
Looks like Blake.
Okay, number 17, Blake. He's going to work his way up, get the touch, and we're going to start settling the ball down low to Ethan. Ethan's going to look up top. He's going to Connor coming towards him, helping him out. Ethan's going to work his way back towards X. See if Ethan can try his little magic again and work his way in front. Get that shoulder down and get a nice shot
Over to
off.
Joey, who had a hat trick last game.
And Joey had a hat trick. Good news. Back.
And over to
Big
Connor.
pass to Connor. Connor's going to work his way. He's fighting his way through, looking for something. But St. Thomas stuffs him and forces him back out. Back up top and then back down to Joey. Joey's looking for his opening. Hopefully somebody makes a move. Connor's pretty wide there on the left side.
Blocked and took up by St. Thomas.
Looks like it was a pass that got bounced into the goalie.
Yeah.
And then a big pass up, number 4
Drops
for
it.
St. Thomas drops it. But
Picks it right up.
nobody
and
close
he's-
enough to harass him, but
and
he's going to make his way down.
He's steaming down that field.
Big open shot, and
Ah!
a couple of St. Thomas guys waiting right on poor Charlie's doorstep and get him to fall down and open up some net there for him. Unfortunately for Charlie.
Scored by, looks like it was scored by number 12, Mitch Reagan, 10th grader. Or, no, 9th grader.
Looks like the refs are sorting some stuff out before play begins. Again, excuse me. Oh, they wanted a new ball, it looks like. It wasn't clean enough.
And St. Thomas is going to have a 10-2 lead here.
Brooklyn's going to take the face off again at center. As we get ready to start again, Brooklyn's digging in hard. And
And that's
number
going
1
to be picked up by St.
comes up with
Thomas.
it, but Brooklyn knocks it out of his hands.
Scoring for St. Thomas Academy, number 12, Mitch Regan. The
It's,
assist,
St.
number
Thomas
21,
up on the top
Tommy
left.
Bushlack.
Number
Time of the
26
goal,
for
third
Egan,
quarter,
giving
4
him a
minutes,
little
23
pause.
seconds
David
remaining.
Comer.
And they're
Cadets
gonna
goal,
try
scored by
figure
Mitch
something out
Regan,
up at the
assisted
top.
by Tommy Bushlack.
What they've
Going
been
by the
doing all
playbook
game.
With
again.
4:23 remaining, third quarter.
I think we've read this offense pretty well, don't
Yeah.
you, George?
Oh, yeah.
I think we know what they're doing. We just have to figure out a way to stymie.
Yeah, we got to stop that.
So as St. Thomas takes it down Charlie's right side, he makes a couple of moves. Low shot, gets hit, and still scores. Brooklyn laid him out a little bit there.
And that's a goal by number 34, Luca Padre.
Hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
Which makes the score
11
12 to 2 or 11 to 2.
11 to 2 with 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes remaining.
11 to 2 with 3 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock as we catch the TV up to this. Brooklyn again down at center, take the face off. This number 1 is really proven that he's the reason why he's the face-off specialist for St. Thomas.
Yep.
Come on, Brooklyn, let's see what we can do there. As the ball kicks out,
Scoring for St.
Up high,
Thomas
he's
Academy,
stepping
an
back.
unassisted
Another
goal
one
scored
gets it
by
again.
number
He is
34,
playing
Luca
he's been
Pedri.
doing really good at
Unassisted, time of the
That's
goal,
one
third
area
quarter,
that
3
Egan
minutes,
does
42
not
seconds remaining.
excel at.
Cadets
Last
goal
few years they
scored
were
by Luca
great
Pedri,
at it.
unassisted.
In the last few years, yeah,
3:42
you're right.
remaining,
He'll
third
pretty much
quarter.
own that center.
with Will McCoon and then I think it was Riley. No. Yeah, Riley.
I don't remember who was the year before.
It was Riley.
As St. Thomas settles the ball at the top of the field. It's like Odin's coming out to meet him, see if he can kind of pressure him into doing something here.
St. Thomas is.
They're really killing a
and
clock
he's-
here.
Yeah. I think you can do it.
Pass it off to the new guy. Up top, he's going to work his way towards center, number 6 for St. Thomas.
And he's just waiting for something to get
Odin's
set up.
getting in there again, getting a good poke checks.
And he's going. He's going down.
Make a move, but he's going to get turned away and going to have to go to X. Not a place St. Thomas is very comfortable with. Odin's giving him a little harassment there with the stick, which is doing a great job. Up to number 22 for St. Thomas, top left for Charlie. Looks like they're going to try and set up a screen here, but he doesn't get in position and passes down low right and then top right for St. Thomas. Number 17 has scored a couple times. Big shot.
Good save by Charlie.
Good
Shot
save by
for Nate
Charlie. Looks like it was a little
22,
off.
save Charlie Heinlein.
Tried to give it to
Brooklyn picks it
Brooklyn,
up.
who had bounced out of his stick, and he's going to have to gobble it back up and work his way up. He's got a long way to go. Ball lost, which is going to result in almost a one-on-one. Good hit there by Sawyer.
Good save by
And
Charlie.
another good save by
Shot for
Charlie.
Jack Simmons,
That
number
play.
3, save
Back
Charlie
to
Heinlein.
Brooklyn, who's going to get another chance to bring it upfield. Hopefully he can keep it in his stick this time. He kind of opens up to his left.
And he's
St. Thomas gets a little hit there, and he falls down,
No.
resulting in St. Thomas getting a hold of the ball.
Brooklyn's slow to get
Brooklyn's
up.
not getting up. It looks like maybe his injury.
And good hustle by Charlie.
Shot taken, number
Missed
12,
shot
Mitch
on
Eagan.
Charlie's right side, which Charlie scrambles out and gets a hold of, keeps the ball
Possession
for Eagan.
Wildcats.
Yeah.
Number 13, Jackson Thomas is going to take it in the backfield. He's looking up front. Pass it off to Charlie, waiting in center. Charlie's
Charlie's gonna go up.
nice open field for Charlie all the way to the 50-yard line. Let's see if he can pull some guys off of his defenders.
Just go, go, go.
Just go, his brother says.
And he's going!
And he's
Past
over the 50-yard line.
midfield! Oh,
He
he
passes it
stops,
off.
And he stops. And now he's got to make a
Looks like
long
we got
run back.
Odin, who's in the offensive.
Now he's gotta
Wildcats
go.
offside.
Offsides by
Possession, St.
Eagan.
Thomas Academy.
Big pass there upfield for St. Thomas and gets
And
hit.
he is absolutely
But he
decked
dumps
out
off the pass.
Jackson
Minute
Thomas is
remaining
gonna
in the
pick it
first
up.
quarter.
But then
1
it's
minute.
going to go out.
Out of bounds.
St.
St.
Out
Thomas
of
Thomas
bounds
ball.
possession to the Cadets.
Jackson read that bad pass pretty well and picked it up. But then he got, good stick check there. Another poke there. And dumps it to the top left. They're going to work their way center. That number 8's going to try it again, but gets turned away. And he comes back at it. And
And up at X. And
open man.
what
Charlie
a save
stops
by
it.
Charlie!
Shot for
And
number
it's
1.
blocked, and
Mike
Block pass, number 8.
And
he gets another
Charlie
save!
Heinlein.
And
Shot
And he
number
picks it
8,
up.
Max Camden.
dumps it to Charlie, passes it upfield, loses the ball again right in front. Worst place in the
Go,
world.
Chuck.
Go Chuck, his brother.
And he's
Charlie's
going!
getting harassed. He's going to take it upfield, make a couple
He's
moves.
going!
Passes
What
it
a
up to number
play!
81 for Eagan. Great play by Charlie, getting it upfield and getting it into the box before time expires.
And that will do it.
That will be the end of the third
It's the
quarter.
end of the third quarter. with
Charlie
did
the
a good hustle there.
Yeah, good
Trying to
hustle.
prevent a goal.
Wildcats 2.
Right now it's 11-2. Wildcats are down by 9, unfortunately. Which brings us to our special announcement between the third and fourth quarter. So today and for the rest of our home games, we're going to have
Yeah,
a
a
special,
joke.
a dad joke of the game by George. So George has taken some time,
Yes.
done some research, consulted some other dads that
Yes.
he knows, and
It
is,
actually, this joke was actually brought up by Lacrosse dad. So
oh,
I'm going to
so
use it.
it's going to be a good referral for you.
I hope.
So let's hear it, George. What do you got for the dad joke of the game?
Is everybody ready?
We're ready.
Why would you want to marry a lacrosse goalie? Because they're a real keeper.
Oh, I should have seen that one coming. That was a great joke, George.
That was going out to Charlie.
Yeah, we got some laughs out in the stadium.
Uh-huh.
They heard your joke, so great job, George, on that. And let's keep up the strong work, and we'll see what we got the next
Shots
game.
on goal.
Which
It's going to be a really
In
good
the
one
third
next
quarter,
time.
St.
No,
Thomas
that was a
Academy
good one.
This one was good,
Three-quarter
but
show
next
for
one's
the
it was
gonna
very
be
timely, very timely,
Eagan Wildcats.
which is perfect for what we're doing.
Yeah.
Three-quarter
And
show
the
for
next game
Wildcats
isn't
is
too far
5.
away. It's going to be next Thursday, or this coming Thursday,
Thursday.
so 2 more days.
Don't have to wait long, but then next week we will be away
No, the week after, you know.
week after, and then be back home. And
So who are we playing next week? You got to double check your notes.
double check.
So
The next week they will be playing Prior Lake away.
Well, no, this Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, Matamidi home
Matamidi.
at 6:30.
Yeah, Matamidi coming down to Eagan. Haven't played Matamidi in quite a
No.
few years.
Not a long time.
We'll see if we can make some magic happen there as we get set up to start the fourth quarter. Looks like Jackson's going to take the face-off again. His arch nemesis, #1 for St. Thomas. Let's see if we can maybe put a molasses in his gears and slow him down.
Yeah, let's hope they get this face-off win and go down and just score.
That would be beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it would.
As the boys get ready, they're going to down set, and the refs call it. Jackson's got him hemmed up pretty good there, but he gets a short stick in there. St. Thomas is going to take it down to the left side and pass it off to #21, who's going to be on Charlie's bottom left side as they're working their way back towards the backfield. So St. Thomas should be a little nervous if they're in the backfield. As he backs off, waiting for a little change out up top.
Some nice play in this beautiful sunset, as I can tell from the reflection.
He sets up deep on X, and he's going to try and make a move up. And he's going to come around Charlie's left side, dump it out front. Number 17 takes a shot. Does not get it in, but Charlie can't control the rebound, and number 10 scoops it up on Charlie's right side. And he's going to work his way back around X and up to the left and work his way up top, pass it up. As St. Thomas switches out a guy, top center, who's going to get some downhill steam and try and make a move on Brooklyn. Takes a shot, or it looks like maybe a pass, who Charlie gobbles it up in the back of the net. Looks like a little bit of goalie interference.
Violation
So
against
restarting the clock, dumps it off to Brooklyn, who's waiting on the left side. He's going to trot upfield, then turn on the burners as he passes the bench. And he makes a couple of good moves. We got a flag down.
Down the field.
We got a flag down on St. Thomas. So we'll see if Eagan can score off of this. And up to Ethan, who's not in his usual spot. He's pretty high up there. Waiting for the new player on field and pass it off to the top right side of St. Thomas goal. And then off to Connor, who's sitting up top waiting. Connor's going to make a couple moves and come down his right side. Number 19. Oh, good low shot there and misses.
Shot taken, number 19, Joey Will.
Gobbles it back up, pass it back off to Ethan, who's waiting on the right side. Telling this man to get out of his way so he can make a move inside.
And Ethan just going around.
Oh, number 34 sees that pass coming.
And there'll be a penalty. And I was just requested by my little cousin to do. He wants me to do another joke. So you guys get a special two-joke night.
We're going to have 2 jokes because the cousin requested it. Okay.
Okay, ready? What did the lacrosse stick say to the ball? Catch you later.
Penalty called on St. Thomas Academy.
Very good, George. Was this your cousin's joke?
Yep.
Number
looks
21,
like your cousin
Tommy
is a pretty
Bushwack.
good lacrosse
Time of the
player.
penalty, fourth quarter, 9:54 remaining.
So we have 9 minutes and 54
personal
seconds
foul
with the
on the
goal.
Cadets.
Right now the score is 11 St. Thomas and 2 for Eagan.
Possession Wildcats.
Taking on the top right side after the, I did not hear what
the penalty was.
I think it was a slash that happened pretty early on.
Yeah.
So Egan's going to have man advantage here for a few minutes.
Drops it.
Oh, tries a quick pass back to the outside, but drops it. St. Thomas gobbles it up and passes it off to the waiting defenseman. Looking for a deep pass to number 8, who's taking a couple of shots tonight. That long pole really likes to work on her offense, so he's going to get rid of it on Charlie's left side. And then down to center, and X, who's going to work his way up Charlie's right side. Low on the right side is number 17 for St. Thomas. Looks like Jackson's going to square up with him. Let's see if he can keep him from trying to make any moves on him. Jackson's got some good footwork there, working his way right and left, and got a moving St. Thomas guy trying to disturb the piece. Ball down when Jackson pokes it out, but he gobbles it back up, and it's back down again. Good scrum on the ground, and St. Thomas number 34 comes out with it. And Sawyer, right across the net, right across Charlie's face and scores. I kind of thought maybe he might have stepped in the crease there. He was getting a little close.
Yeah, looked pretty close. But.
Yeah, we'll have to consult the instant replay later on tonight. And see we called that one correctly, but right across Charlie's face and
Penalty to St.
fakes
Thomas
low and
Academy
goes high on
release.
Charlie.
Cadets
Yeah.
full strength.
It's hard to make those kind of moves, especially when they're that close to you. It's point blank range. St. Thomas is going to set up again. Looks like we're going to switch out and goalies, so we're going to give Charlie a little break here. And it looks like Zach is going to be in net. Nick, excuse me.
Nick Walrath.
Nick Walrath's going to be in net here, who had a great fill-in time for Charlie the last game.
That penalty.
And unfortunately, Charlie got hit with a penalty, so it's like St. Thomas number 4 takes the face off, but still beats
Scoring
Jackson.
for St. Thomas Academy, a second goal of the game.
Turns it
number
around and
34,
starts working his way
Luca Henry,
downfield.
Unassisted.
Get the
Time to
touch,
go
and
for
then they're going to
quarter.
slow
8
the ball
minutes,
down.
50 seconds remaining. Cadets goal, second of the game
That's gonna.
for Luca
I think
Henry,
Charlie's done
unassisted.
for
Looks like we got 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, so
For the
Jackson's going to
Wildcats, now
extend
in
out and
goalie
see if he
position,
can
number 1,
make
Nick
him
Walrath.
cause some St. Thomas mistake here. As they set up a screen, Jackson doesn't fall for it and stays with his man, giving him a little bit of room. And then pass off to number 17, waiting on top right side. Pass inside, it bounces free, and Sean gets the stomach on it, trying to gobble it up. Number 5, Sean Stevenson, hacking away at it, but St. Thomas comes out with it. Or excuse me, that was number 7.
Gabe Jellin.
Gabe was in there. All right, St. Thomas has got it deep on the left, bottom left. He's going to work his way up the sideline, try and run out the clock here. That's a lot of time to be trying to kill on, but
A lot of time.
St. Thomas, I think, is pretty confident in their lead, and they're going to try and slow this game down as much as they can. As he backs out even further, we got a lot of real estate here. And that's going to be over and back. He wasn't paying attention.
And that's an over and back. We just saw it.
That's
Over
pretty
and
good.
back is the call against
Brooklyn
the Cadets,
gobbles it up.
possession Wildcats.
Is that Brooklyn? No.
That
Oh, looks like the
is
refs
Lane.
weren't ready to start yet.
They're gonna have to start back up, and Lane looks like he will be taking it.
Number 27 for Eagan. Lane is the one we were talking about. He's going to take it at the 50-yard line. It's a good thing we reviewed the rules, didn't it?
Oh yeah, so everyone knows it did happen once last game. Remember?
A little fruition, wasn't it?
And I hadn't seen it until like one game last year, and I had no idea that that was actually a rule.
Yeah,
But-
it is one of those odd rules that I kind of picked for our viewing audience at home.
Yeah.
So when they hear it, now they know exactly, and
Yeah,
we
know
just had
exactly
a great
what's happening.
example of it.
Yep.
Wasn't paying attention to where his man was standing. He was on the wrong side of the 50. Eagan moves it out front, gobbles it back up. Number 7, oh, it looks like a ball down, and somebody's, number 27's trying to pick it up again, but St.
Lane.
Thomas, number 8, comes out with it, and he's got some wheels. He's moving up the sideline.
He's ripping down the field.
Looks like he's paddling a canoe there and dumps it off to number 7 for St. Thomas. Bounce shot blocked.
Saved by Nick.
Shot
Good
Jack
job,
Simmons,
Nick.
number 3,
Bounces
saved for Nick
wide,
Walrath.
top right of Nick, and they're going to take control of it again, put it up at center, and slow the clock down a little bit. As they St. Thomas sets up. Ooh, it looks like the number 34 is making a move. Inside, number 17. Good block by Nick again.
Shot for Luke
Does
Hudson,
not
number
able to
17.
control it, but bounces out of bounds.
Not to distress anyone, but it looks like
Position
Charlie's on
cadets.
the bench. Got a nice pack, so it looks like he
Ooh.
might have gotten.
Might have taken a shot. He didn't feel too well, huh? All right, St. Thomas is working his way on the right side of Nick. Top center, number 17 takes a shot.
Good
Another
save.
good save by
Number
Nick.
17,
As the
Luke
defense
Hudson
collapses
with the
in and
shot.
tries to
Nick
feed it off to
Walrath
Nick
on the
so he can
save.
get rid of it. And
Nick's playing
Violation
good.
against the
Nick
Cadets,
comes out with it.
He's
Nice
ready for
long
this
pass.
moment. Oh,
a
misses
little
it.
off target, but gets it across field. Number 7 for Eagan, trying to pick it up. Little scrum on the ground. St. Thomas gets it back and comes back over the line as Eagan defense falls back and tries to collapse on it. Another shot. Nick
Shot
takes
taken,
a
number 22, Nate Williams.
good scramble
Possession,
for it,
St.
but
Thomas Academy.
unable to change it over for Eagan. So St. Thomas will hang on to it and bring it up to the right side of Nick. He makes a couple moves, tries to get inside, but doesn't like what he sees. And he's going to pass it back down low to St. Thomas, waiting up top. Left is number 21 for St. Thomas, who receives a long pass, and he's going to work his way downfield and into the backfield, see if he can try and get something going from that bottom left corner of Nick as he slides over to the X position. Eagan defense really doing a good job here, keeping a hand on him. Good job by number 16 for Eagan, handcuffing him and getting him to turn back. And St. Thomas is going to slow it down and bring it back up top. As number 13, Jackson, squares up with him. He's going to make a move on him. Come down on the left side of Nick, pass it off to the left. Tries a feed pass out front, but waiting for it and
picked up by Gabe, and he's going down and then passes it over.
Gabe does a good job. Another missed pass by Eagan. He's going to kick it forward. See if Eagan fight for this. Good.
And picked up.
Picked up, and number 19 for Eagan, and waiting for a guy down front.
Oh,
would have been a good pass to Ethan, but St. Thomas got a stick on it. Big, long, gaping pass there, and Eagan gets some time to get in on him. And number 34 passes out to number 17, down low waiting, and shoots underneath Nick to score.
Goal by number 19.
There's a feed from number 17 down to 19.
19 doesn't look like on the roster.
Oh, we got a mystery number here, do we?
Well,
a little conspiracy theory starting. Yeah. Which is going to get St. Thomas a 13-2 lead over Eagan with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in this quarter. And the end of the game. Looks like the sun has finally crept off the field for Eagan, so bringing out the lights. And Reed's going to come in for face-off up front as he digs for it against St. Thomas number 5, but unable to come out with it.
Up comes with 23. He's zipping down the field and passes it over.
Off to the waiting number 17 on Nick's top right. He's going to make a couple moves there. Looks like, is that number 4?
Looks like it, yeah, Liam Thomas.
Yeah, Liam's out in the field, and number 5, Sean, is on defense. And then we're going to move it down bottom left side, and Nick, see if they can back off. Pointing in his man to set up a screen. Does not work, and he's going to try and slide up to the left. Makes a move on the inside and gets a little bit of space. Takes a shot on Nick. Nick, is going to stay in St. Thomas. Nick got a little piece of that and bounced it out, but wasn't able to control it. Ball down, a good slap check there, and keep his hands busy so he can't make anything out of it. Oh, looks like a kind of an errant pass, but St. Thomas picks up on it. He makes a move inside, passes it off to the waiting right side. And we got some hacking going on here. See if we can come out with it. A little bit of pushing. Looks like St. Thomas comes out with the ball, and they're going to work on their way left. Nick's left side, down low. He's going to take a couple of steps, see if he can read the defense. Well, looks like St. Thomas is going out of a different playbook now. They're starting down low.
Yep,
passing
starting
up top.
X. Now they're back up top. They're just passing it around. Milking the clock here.
We've got 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. A pass with a shot. A little bit outside. Nick's able to keep it to 1 goal so far. Scored against him. He's doing a great job being cold coming in on this. Took a lot of quick shots, which he's doing a great job of getting warmed up real quick and getting on his horse on this game.
2 minutes
so St. Thomas is going to take it bottom left side, and Nick try and make a move out front, but doesn't like what he sees. Eagan defense getting some handcuffed up pretty good. Nice poke check there, and makes another move to the left side, tries a pass. Looks like the ball's down and a little bit of stick work on the ground.
He's going to get
fighting
for it.
Sean gets in there and turns the ball over.
And he's going to...
Good work by Sean by taking a swat at the stick and getting possession of the ball.
And now Nick, the goalie's got it, and he launches it down to Gabe.
Launches it down to waiting Gabe. Looks like that one got a little air time. But Gabe was waiting, goes through a couple of players and tries to take a shot.
Gabe Jellin, number 7.
Off to Connor on the top right and then top left. And around the number 19, takes a shot, and it's a goal! I did not quite see if that went in until the ref indicated. Number 19.
Joey Will.
Joey Will,
With
great
his
job,
fourth
Joey.
goal of the season.
Nice shot by Joey. Went a little high to low there on him, and I couldn't see the ball, but the ref saw it. Which is going to make our score now 13-3. Eagan, so 10-goal lead by St. Thomas with a minute 15 seconds left in the game. St. Thomas is always a tough opponent for Eagan, especially when we play him early on.
Yes. Last year in the rain, I remember.
Yeah, last year was bitter cold. Looks like Eagan, St. Thomas is going to maintain possession, lose ball point. They're going to pass it off to the top right, number 17, who's had a couple shots on goal already tonight. Rolling pass to his new man coming off the bench.
1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
He's going to bring it out into the center. Looks like St. Thomas is really going to try and set up what they want to get one more goal in before they make any moves. So,
And about a little under a minute left to play in this game.
43 seconds left on the clock. St. Thomas is really slowing the clock down and keeping it outside. They're going to move it up top and down center low, and takes a low sweeping shot. It goes out, but St. Thomas is closest to the edge.
Going to stay with St. Thomas on that with 30 seconds remaining.
31 seconds left on the clock for St. Thomas as he squares up. Eagan's defense. Is that Odin? I'm having a hard time seeing his number there. Odin kind of loses the air, but wide to the left.
With 11 seconds remaining.
11 seconds left on the clock. Coming downfield is Sean, giving him something to think about. He dumps it off to the bottom left side. And it looks like Jack.
And that's going to take us to
Jack tries to get in there and get a shot off before the buzzer, but that brings us to the end of the game. So Eagan 10 down for tonight's game, losing to St. Thomas 13-3, which brings Eagan's record to 1-1. St. Thomas is now 2-1. This was an out-of-conference game, so that's the good news for tonight.
Yeah.
But Eagan doing some strong work against a very tough St. Thomas team. And we had some good showing by Nick, who came in cold at the end.
Yes.
And Charlie took quite a barrage there early on in the game, so he did a great job as well. And we will be back here Thursday against
Matamidi at 6:30. Hope to see you there for another joke.
And we will do the rule of the game and the joke of the game again. And we'll try and make this a regular thing. And thank you for coming and enjoying the game with us tonight. And see you Thursday.